Let's talk about the players first. Is the current system fair to the players?
More than fair. Way more beneficial than I think it's ever been, including 20 years ago,
Why?
18 years ago. Why? Because
people don't know when Doug says 20 years ago, 18 years ago, when Doug played. Doug was a big, people don't remember, Doug was a big time college basketball player.
So I appreciate that. But,
yeah.
I mean, Chris, you have 2 kids in college, right? Think about how much more difficult it is to get kids into college than it ever was,
Yep.
let alone pay for college. And then, of course, the post-career benefits are exponentially better, including the second you leave now. First, it's a 4-year scholarship. It's not a 1-year scholarship like it used to be. It's a 4-year scholarship. And anytime you leave, by rule, if you leave in good academic standing, when you return, if you want to transfer, if you want to go and be a professional basketball player or a football player, they have to put you back on scholarship, and you can also learn to coach and not count against the number of coaches you can have on the field or on the court. I think the benefits are great. I think the NCAA has a couple of challenges. One, and the biggest one, is they can never control the narrative. Right? This is about cheating. This is about rules and coaches allegedly or agents allegedly violating those rules. That's what this is about. This is not about pay for play. That's a valid discussion to have, but it really doesn't have a lot, or if anything, to do with the Sean Miller or the Rick Pitino situation.
Okay, so you're describing what a great deal it is for the players. So let's just offer that to them and see. Like, if it's such a great deal, then there should be no problem with allowing some guys to take the deal you're saying, some guys to take the deal you're saying plus money, some guys to take the money instead of the deal you're saying. Like, if what you're describing is true, that it's fair, then we have no problem here. Then just have that be on the menu of options for players.
There is a menu of options. You don't have to go and play basketball in college. You can go play in the G League. Right out of high school, and if you can get a shoe contract, get a shoe contract. You play for 1 year, then you can make yourself eligible for the draft.
But you understand, I know you do, we are artificially setting a cap on what these players can make that we don't do to any other college student. You had an athletic scholarship to college. I had an academic scholarship to college. I still got paid doing radio while I was in college. At no point did I lose my eligibility to go to broadcasting classes. At no point did all of a sudden they say, Nick, you can no longer participate in the student radio station. I had a good friend named Scott Spinelli. I don't know if he was on scholarship or not, but he wrote a book while in college, made money from that. Yeah. At no point did they pull him out of class. Like, we only do this to football and basketball players.
That's not true. That's not true.
What do you mean?
First of all, part of the issue that no one has discussed is Title IX, right? I can't compensate you, because if I do, I have to compensate all of the other athletes, the water polo players, the women's basketball players.
You can allow Nike to compensate them.
I understand that, okay? But then if you allow Nike to compensate them, all of a sudden, now they become, every benefit they have becomes taxable, okay? This isn't a tax-free system. Anything like...
That's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, go to Michigan.
Pay taxes like everybody else.
Okay,
because
so
you're making money.
No, the problem becomes you have to pay taxes on the benefits that you receive.
So then they'll turn it down, Doug. They'll turn it down.
They're allowed to turn it down now. Nobody forces you to go to college. Nobody forces you to go play basketball in college.
I think one thing
Nobody forces you to go play football in college.
One thing you're saying, they do get a benefit of exposure by playing in the NCAA that they wouldn't get in the G League, that they wouldn't get overseas.
Which is the same thing he didn't
I get that. However, what he's saying is that you were able to, let's say your specialty was broadcasting. I know you played ball as well. You were able to work in a field related to your specialty, get paid any amount, and still go to class.
I actually
these
did.
Athletes are not able
That's
to
not true.
Hold on. They
true.
can't get paid according to their likeness. A basketball player in NCAA cannot get paid for doing something related to basketball. That's his specialty.
That's actually technically true in terms of likeness. But in terms of paid to play basketball, you can't. But you get money for camp. You get money. I actually did broadcasting, even though I wasn't a broadcasting major. I actually tended bar at Willie's Saloon. So there is other ways you can make up to $2,000.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.